Welcome back to Color Class. I'm Sarah. In today's video, we're talking about your natural attraction to your best shades. But we have a few caveats that I want to talk about when it might not work for you. Now, first thing we always discuss is we gravitate towards our best shades. I think that's pretty known. If somebody compliments you or you look in the mirror and you're like, wow, this color kind of looks really good. I look healthy. I'm glowing today. Then you're going to shift towards those colors. You're going to kind of gravitate towards them. And I saw that kind of when I was in high school. I realized that the colors that I was shifting towards, more browns, versus another friend I had who was going towards more navy blue or bluer shades. And she was a winter, almost like a clear to deep winter. And I saw her always go towards the blues. And I realized I was always going towards the browns. And that's when I first kind of discovered, all right, we gravitate towards our best shades, and then we build upon that as we age. Now, the thing that gets a little bit tricky is when we change our hair, we change certain features on us, our skin tone. If we get a little sunless tan today, which I did, but when we start changing things, that might shift the way we see colors. So the first thing is, if you are looking at your closet and you're trying to determine your season, which your closet can give you a pretty good indicator. Like I talked about browns earlier, you'll also see half of my wardrobe is like an olive green or some type of green. That's an indicator that I might lean a little bit towards warm to neutral area because green is such a neutral. But what you won't see are like blue greens in my closet. So I know I'm not on the cool end of the spectrum. I do know I fall neutral to warm because my warm greens go all the way up to like a deeper olive color. Now, if I look in my closet, do I have a lot of light shades or do I have a lot of deep shades? And you would see I have a lot of medium to deep shades. So I know that I am leaning medium to deep, slightly on the warmer side, and that helps me determine my season because we gravitate towards our best shades. Now, things to be mindful of. If you change up your hair color a lot, that does kind of change your overall appearance, which it might not be the best indicator using your closet. So if you are blonde and you like to dye your hair black and then brown and then ash blonde and then neutral, that's perfectly fine, but the shades might adjust as you go, and you might not have a closet full of those shades that you really, really can understand and be in your season. You might kind of have a rainbow, an assortment of all these different shades that look good, maybe with different hair colors, with certain things. Or you go back to your closet and you try something on, you're like, I didn't like it when I first wore that, but now I really like it because I've changed my hair or my skin tone. I've warmed up my skin tone. So there are things that I want to say be careful of and mindful of. Also, if you're transitioning your hair color to gray, that's another thing. You may have been told growing up that you were a super rich, warm autumn, and you started going gray, so you started losing your warmth, your skin tone as well. The warmth in your skin tone is starting to go a little bit more neutral. Your hair is going a little bit more gray, a little bit more cool, and that's going to bring in a neutrality to you. And I would highly recommend looking at the soft neutral palette if this sounds like you. But your closet might be reflective of a warm autumn. And that's how we need to kind of make that switch into neutrality, start adding in more neutral, softer shades, and that will help bring in what your season is. So this video is really about saying your instincts are really good. Go ahead, take a look, see where that closet falls. Keep in mind that it's not 100%. It's not perfect every single time. Yes, you might have a wardrobe full of warm stuff, which I do, but I also have a couple black pieces. I have a couple pastels. I have a couple things that wouldn't fall in my category all the time, but majority of my closet is based around a soft autumn. So like I always say, color analysis is not 100%, but this is a really good way of determining where you might fall on the scale. Now, I'm going to bring up the 6 dominant characteristics because this is good. It's helpful information. It's not like you look in your closet and you'll say, all of my clothing is a soft autumn, which it probably won't, or you might not be able to realize that. But what you can do in your closet is go in there and say, does a majority of my wardrobe fall from light to deep? Does it fall warm to cool? Or does it fall soft to clear? And then once you get that information, that's where you can say, okay, well, a soft autumn would be soft, warm, and it would also be medium to deep. A light summer would be light, cool, softer side. So that's where we can kind of refine it a little bit more. But again, it's not 100%. So take this and kind of add this to your tools that you use, your color analysis tools, when you're talking to people or when you're discussing what shades they lean towards. So thank you for joining us today. We have a bunch of new color analysis tools available for you. So I would highly recommend going over there and checking it out on our website. Also, our Patreon page. If you want to go into your wardrobe and show it off, we would love to see it. I'm actually going to go take a picture of all of my clothing so you guys can see my soft autumn wardrobe over on Patreon. So I'd highly recommend coming on over and hanging out with us. Lastly, if you would like a color analysis or follow us on any of our socials, down in the description below. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe this video. It really does help us out. It helps us be able to create more of these color analysis tools just for you. So thank you for joining me today. I'm Sarah. This has been another color class, and we'll see you in our next video.